Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Corps studio. Welcome to the show. So today's episode comes to you courtesy of my incredible patrons. Once a month they vote on what commander that they want to see in an upcoming episode, and the commander that gets the most votes wins. And the commander for today's episode is none other than Nev. That's right, Nevinyrral, Urborg Tyrant. A 3/6 zombie wizard for 6 mana in Esper, and it's got Hexproof from artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. On top of that though, once it enters the battlefield, you get a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token for each creature that died this turn, which can be, obviously, a ton. Oh, and by the way, this is going to be causing a lot of that destruction because when this dies, we can pay 1, and when we do, destroy artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. So, we've got ways to ensure that we can get this effect again and again and again, blasting the board, but also saving our own board with some tough stuff. So yeah, we've got some ways to take advantage of this. We've got some ways to make a massive army and keep it around and demolish our opponents. So with all that said, well, if you are interested in this deck, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. Let's jump into the tactics. First up, tactic number 1, Outlet Maul. Pitiless Pontiff is a great one for this deck. A 2/2 Vampire Cleric for 2 mana and Orzob. Pay 1. Sacrifice another creature. It gets Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. Again, keyword right there, Indestructible, meaning we can sacrifice our commander, which again is massive because you can then just pay 1 mana, to destroy the entire board. Basically, Nev's disc everything. But of course, since this is indestructible when that happens, this is going to stick around. So it's a sacrifice outlet that can stay for us, which again can be huge for this deck. So we're also running Elder Arthur Maxon, a 4/2 Human Knight for 3 mana. Creature token 2/12 training. That's cool. That's nice. More importantly, though, sacrifice another creature. Elder Arthur Maxon gains Indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, that's absolutely huge. Absolutely massive. And again, a way to just keep it in play and sacrifice things. Speaking of which, Popular Egotist, a 3/2 human rogue that has pay 2 mana in black, sacrifice a creature or enchantment, gains Indestructible up turn, tap it. You're going to see a pattern here. On top of that, when you sacrifice a permanent target opponent, loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So now, if we do get to that point where it is end game and we've got another player left and we've got enough things on the board that we can sacrifice, yeah, we just utilize sacrifice outlets, we sacrifice things and drain opponents out. But of course, again, at the very least, this is a sacrifice out we can keep in play. Unrooted Ancestor, getting another one, 3/2 with flash, so we can flash in, pay 1 mana, sacrifice another creature, it gains Indestructible up turn, tap it. So yeah, again, we can keep this in play, and yeah, bring it out unexpectedly. Yahenni, a great one too. Hasty creature, whenever creature opponent controls dies, we get a counter on this. So this can become absolutely massive throughout the game, especially since our commander is going to be destroying everything. On top of that, sacrifice a creature, Yahenni gains Indestructible until end of turn. Dimir Houseguard, either a great tutor or a great outlet for us. It's got Fear, sacrifice creature, regenerate it, so again, keep it in play even though our commander blows everything up. It's got Transmute for 3 mana in black, so discard it and go get anything in your deck that costs 4. Which also brings us to Kel's Fight Fixer. It's got Menace. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you can pay Dimir if you do draw a card. So again, a great way to essentially just draw cards off of sacrificing our commander or anything else. And by paying 1, sacrifice a creature, this is going to gain Indestructible until end of turn. So again, a lot of great outlets for this deck. Moving on to our next tactic, Offerings. Yeah, we've got, again, great sacrifice outlets that are protected, that are sturdy, that can stick around. But of course, we also have spells that can sacrifice our commander too. Village Rites is a great one, a classic one. Sacrifice a creature for 1 mana, draw 2 cards. Corrupted Conviction literally does the exact same thing. It is the exact same card, just a different name. Deadly Dispute, 1 more mana, sacrifice an artifact or a creature. But also we get to draw 2 and make a treasure token. Viscerator's Insight. Again, 2 mana, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2, but we can also flash it back to do it again. Fanatical Offering. Sacrifice artifact or creature, draw 2, and make a map token. And again, a map token helps us explore some extra value there. Nasty End, a great card for this deck. Sacrifice 1 creature, draw 2, but if the creature's legendary, draw 3 instead, which of course, well, 3 would be, required because our commander is legendary, and we're going to be doing that a lot. Reckoner's Bargain, another great one, too. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, gain life based on the mana value, then draw 2 cards. Go with our commander, gain 6. Yeah, that's quite lovely there. Moving on, again, I did talk about how we're going to keep getting our commander back again and again and again, and well, yeah, you could pay commander tax, but who wants to do that? We're going to utilize Feign Death type effects, and when I say that, I mean a card like this, Feign Death. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield, tap to its owner's control, they counter on it. Now, that counter is nice, but what matters is, hey, when you die, come right back, please. So yeah, this is a great way to, well, utilize this commander to the fullest to say, okay, I not only want the LTB, again, where I destroy everything, but I also want that ETB, where you come back and I just gain a ton of zombies based on all the things I just destroyed. So, of course, again, just a one-mana investment to say, you're coming right back. It's kind of like a death blink in a way, and this is perfect. And by the way, there are so many of these days. Not dead after all, basically does the exact same thing, but puts a wicked roll token on that creature. Supernatural Stamina, basically does the exact same thing, but it pumps the creature. Cool, who cares? Undying Evil gives the creature Undying until end of turn, so it comes back if it didn't have a counter on it, and it gives it a counter. Undying Malice, again, literally the exact same thing as Feign Death. Abnormal Endurance, the exact same thing as, well, Supernatural Stamina, but 1 mana more, and that's okay. Demonic Gifts, again, the exact same thing. Literally, there are so many of these cards that do the exact same thing. Fake Your Own Death, the exact same thing, but you also get a treasure when that happens, too. Grace Reprieve, just when it dies, it comes back, and that's okay for 2 mana, I'll take it. Presumed Dead, the exact same thing as that +2/+0 Supernatural Stamina, but you also suspect the creature. Again, it's 2 mana, though. Return to Action, giving something lifelink and +1/+0, but again, Feign Death type effect, comes back when it dies. And finally, Vincent's Limit Break. This is tiered, so you can choose additional costs if you want, 0, 1, or 3. Yeah, you probably don't really care too much about the actual creature's power for the most part, but sure, if you do, cool, pay extra. That being said, basically, yeah, just Feign Deaths. Sure, use it. It's amazing. Moving on to our next tactic, Tough Stuff. Again, I talked about how, well, not only can we have some protected outlets, essentially, that just stick around, we can also protect our board, including all those zombies that we're going to be making, too. Selfless Spirit is a great way to do that. 2/1 with flying that we can sacrifice and give all of our creatures indestructible until end of turn, so protect the board. Keep them in play. Destroy the board. Basically make it a one-sided board wipe. Frontline Medic, when you attack with 3 or more creatures, basically, or 2 other creatures with this, essentially, you get all the creatures indestructible. Great, cool. So then that means, second main phase, destroy the board. That's basically what's going to be happening. This is a repeat indestructibility. We can also sacrifice to counter X spells. Sure. Anyways, cool. Linvala, Shield of Seagate, is basically like a Selfless Spirit, but with the hexproof as well potential. So again, if you want to give your creatures indestructible, do it. Or choose hexproof, do it. Cool. Why not? Either way, it can be great. Selfless Cliffweaver, this one we exile and give our creatures indestructible on a turn. Or on the backside, choose a creature Planeswalker, destroy all the creatures and Planeswalkers, get another board wipe if we need it. So it's a good flexible card for us. Stalwart Pathlighter, this is a 3/1 with Vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, creatures control gain indestructible on a turn. Yeah, we've got a lot of creatures in this deck, a lot of different powers. We're probably going to get there quite easily. Odric Ludark Marshal is a great one, too. At the beginning of each combat, this one says, okay, what keywords out there? I'm going to spread them around. Here we go. First Strike, Flying, Death Touch, Double Strike, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Skulk, Trample, and Vigilance. If one of our creatures has it, all of our creatures has it on every single combat. Again, the key one there is indestructible. If something is indestructible, everything is indestructible, protecting the entire board. Solve New Phyrex is a great 1/2, 6/6 Trampler, pay 5, give all of our opponents indestructible, or we can pay 5 and exile of our graveyard to do the exact same thing. So again, being able to protect our board can be huge. Moving on, now you might think we're done with our tough creatures, but we're not quite done just yet because Vashta Narada is here to stay. A 1/1 alien for 3 mana. It's got indestructible and shadow, so it's basically unblockable, essentially, and can't block, but we don't really care about blocking with it. And if each end step of a creature died this turn, get a counter on it. Again, every single end step, not just our own. This is going to become absolutely massive throughout the game, and it is going to just demolish our opponents again and again and again. An indestructible, shadowy menace. Then we've got Barb Servitor, which is a 1/1 indestructible, enters the battlefield, we suspect it, and when deals combat to a player, you draw a card, you lose 1 life. Again, it's going to be getting through quite a bit because our opponents, won't have creatures. On top of that, though, if it ever is blocked, whenever it's dealt damage, target opponent loses that much life, so we can kind of force the life loss there, too. Prismaris Chaplain, though, a 3/3 with Battle Cry, so when it attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, which is massive because, again, we're going to be making a ton of zombies, and we're basically going to be giving them, well, an extra power going from 2 to 3 that can make a massive difference. On top of that, when it attacks, it gains indestructible until end of turn, so it is going to be quite hardy. Moving on, tactic number 6, Value Town, Rise of the Dread Marn, a great card for this deck. Instant for 3 mana. Create X/2/2 Black Zombie Berserker creature tokens for X the number of non-token creatures that died this turn, and we can foretell it as well. So basically, make even more zombies. What's not to love about that? Getting Ally of Zendikar is a fantastic one, too. +1 until end of turn. It's a 5/5 that is indestructible. Cool. And for all damage dealt to it, I don't know if it really matters all that much because it's indestructible, but sure, I guess with, like, infect things. Anyways. Yeah, it is indestructible, so this can survive our board wipe commander. Pay 0, make an ally. Cool. Awesome. Nice. And -4, you get an emblem with creature control +1. So, yeah, if you just need it literally as that emblem, you're like, okay, sweet, I've got the emblem, and now my army is massive. Or, again, if you want to keep it in play for a while, make it an indestructible creature. And it's going to be pretty protected because we're just going to keep wiping the board with our commander. Thrilling Encore, steal all the creatures. What's not to love about that? Put on the battlefield under control. All creature cards and all graveyards are put there from the battlefield this turn. Again, when our commander goes boom, we get everything. Athros Shroudveld is a great card that does this in a different way. It's a 4/7 indestructible. It's not a creature unless your devotion white and black is less than 7. Or is, you're going to get it at some point. It's going to be a creature. Okay. Beginning of your end step, when a coin counter on another target creature, when a creature with a coin counter on it dies or put an exile, it comes back into play for you. Basically, you're kind of just reserving creatures for later. You're like, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. Or, of course, you can put on your commander and bring it back when it dies, too. Do keep that in mind. Myojo of Grim Betrayal, a great 1/2. ETBs with indestructible counter on it. If we cast from our hand, which we will, remove indestructible counter from it, and we steal all the creatures that died. Yeah, again, basically a giant, massive way to just wipe out everyone by saying all your creatures are mine. Moving on, let's talk about some card advantage. Now, we already talked about some ways to draw cards with, Village Rites type cards, but on top of that, Hatching Plans is a great one. Enchantment for 2 mana in blue. Put into a grid from the battlefield, draw 3 cards. So it literally does nothing until it explodes, and we're going to explode it with our commander. Night's Whisper, 2 mana, draw 2, lose 2. What's not to love about that? Pull for Tomorrow, X and blue. Draw X card, discard a card at instant speed. Very good card. Frantic Search, 3 mana, basically free though. Untap your 3 lands and draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Painful Truths, 3 mana. If you put 3 mana of different colors into it, you draw 3, lose 3. That's huge. Read the Bones, scry 2, draw 2, lose 2. What's not to love about that? Your Temple's under attack. We can give our creatures indestructible on turn, which is huge, again, for a deck like this, or we make a deal. An opponent and us are going to draw 2 cards each. Siphon Mine, finally, a great 1/2. Not really a deal we're going to make with this one. Each other player discards a card. We draw a card for each card, discard this way. So they go down, we go up, a massive swing for us. On top of our commander exploding the board a lot, well, we've got some more target removal, starting off with D-Spark, a great card. Exile target permanent mana value 4 or greater, and a lot of big things are very scary, so get rid of them. Oblation, the owner target non-land permanent shuffles in their library, then draws 2 cards. Get rid of that. Yeah, go away. Draw 2. By the way, we can also utilize this on one of our own things as well, maybe like a zombie token if we're desperate to draw cards too, so do keep that in mind. Finally, though, Stroke of Midnight, destroy any non-land permanent. Its controller makes a 1/1 white human creature token, so yeah, go away, and yeah, now we got that. Now, when it comes to a ramp, we do need to be careful with this kind of a commander because, regular mana rocks and stuff like that, which you usually would use in an Esper deck, aren't going to be all that effective because we're going to blow them up at some point with our commander. So, Wayfarer's Bauble's amazing. Pay 2, tap, sacrifice, go get a base land, put in play, tapped. Then we've got Hithlian Robe. It can't be sacrificed. Pay 1, tap, search life for a basic land, put it right on the battlefield, then give it to the player to your right. Or pay 2, tap, draw a card, the player to your right gains control of it. So basically, this is going to get passed around the table. But, if it's later in the game, you're like, I'm just going to explode it with my commander. Thank you. Lotus Blossom. Beginning of your upkeep, you get a petal counter on it. Tap, sacrifice it at X mana of any one color. X the number of the petal counters on Lotus Blossom. Noble's Purse. Cost 2. Enters tab with 3 coin counters on it. Tap, move a coin counter from it. And all of a sudden, you get a treasure token. So, yeah, basically 3 mana for the cost of 2. Burnished Heart. Cost 3. Pay 3. Sacrifice. Get 2 basics into play. Tapped. Commander Sphere. Taps for 1 mana of any color. And then when our commander is going to explode it, instead we go, you know what? I'm just going to sacrifice it to draw a card. Darksteel Ingot. Super strong. Indestructible. Tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, so it's going to stay in play. Skyclave Relic, the exact same thing, but we can also kick it. And when we do, it enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, we get 2 tap tokens or copies of it. Navigation Orb, kind of like a bigger, slightly worse, Wayfarer's Bauble, but anyways, I love Wayfarer's Bauble. Artifact for 3, pay 2, tap, sacrifice, go get 2 basic land cards and or gate cards. Reveal those cards, put the battlefield tapped, and the other in your hand, then shuffle. And then finally, Sad Robot, 2/2 Golem for 4 mana, enters the battlefield, you may search life for a basic land, put a battlefield tap, then shuffle, and when it dies, you draw a card. So entering the battlefield and leaving the battlefield both benefit you. And finally, I want to highlight one great land for this deck, and that is High Market. Very simple, very effective. Taps for colors or tap, sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life. Again, having our outlets, having our offerings, having ways to sacrifice our creature, having ways to sacrifice our commander are huge. And now we've got 1 on a land, just in case we need it. We don't really care too much about the life gain. I mean, it's nice. What we care about is literally just going, oh, I need to wipe the board? Okay, tap sacrifice, gain a life. Cool, pay 1 mana, and the board is gone. Except my board stays here because I got indestructible things. Thank you. And with that, this episode is come to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.